Hi guys, it's Ian at Global Air Supplies. Got some fantastic news. The 23-litre SonicAir humidifier is back in stock. At G.A.S, we're always trying to tweak and make products even better. And the reason we've been out of stock on this product for a little while is because we've made some fine details to make it really easy for you to use, especially with a controller. When you're using a controller with a humidifier, what it does, it turns on and off depending what the humidity set point is. If it's reached that in the room, it will cut power off to the unit and basically turning it off. When the humidity drops below a certain set point, it will then send power back to this unit and turn it on. What we noticed in those split seconds between it turning on and off, sometimes the float valve in the unit could stick open because it hadn't had time to charge, and sometimes it would leave a float valve on the open position and could flood the unit. It happened very rarely, but we had to make sure this product was absolutely perfect for you. So let me go into a little bit more detail on how this particular humidifier works. Here's the tank where it holds your water. You can connect a float valve onto there to basically keep it topped up at all times, so you don't have to go there and fill it up constantly, which is a really good touch, but the float valve will keep it at a certain level. Sits on the base, and I want to show you how it works. Take the tank off. This is the base unit basically, and what you see in the base, you have 4 SonicAir plates. What these do, these create the humidity. You've got a float valve here and a little piston. What was happening, if the piston wasn't in the right position, it stayed up when the power turned off and it allowed that whole tank to drain out of the humidifier. So what we've done a few tweaks. I'll show you how it generally works. So this is the float valve, these are the 4 discs, and this is the little piston. What happens when power goes to the piston? It lifts up, if that moves up, that pushes something internally in the tank, allowing water to run into the unit, lifting the float valve and cutting off. If you get a power cut or the controller turns it off, this then drops back down, making sure no water can come out of the tank. Let me show you what we did. So here we have 2 PCBs, and what we've done, this is the old PCB and this is something called a capacitor. When you plug it in, this takes about 6 minutes to charge before it will operate properly and discharges really quickly. That means the power goes out of it really quick when it's turned off. That means every time it turns on and off, this has to recharge. With the new capacitor here, this capacitor now charges in something like 20 seconds and it doesn't discharge for at least 24 hours. So whatever position the piston is when the unit turns off means that the unit will not flood. So they're not all like that. So all the products what look a little bit like this don't have this PCB in. We're the only ones to have this PCB. So if you're running it on a controller, the power turns off, the piston drops and cuts off. The controller turns it back on to get the humidity up again, and it will put the piston up. When it turns off, it will come back down again. The older models, sometimes if it wasn't charged for long enough, wouldn't do that operation. Now all you need to have it charged for 20 seconds and it will do exactly how we want it to run. So again, a little bit of an improvement from G.A.S. No more flooding humidifiers from a 23 litre. We've tweaked the PCB so that you don't have any issues with this product whatsoever. So that's it for the SonicAir 23 litre humidifier. We've made those changes on the PCB, keeping the power in the capacitor, so if a controller turns the unit off, it won't flood, it will go back into the off position, and when your controller turns it back on, pushes that piston up and allows the water to flow. On all the other models of this which are around at the moment, they will not have that PCB and they won't work on a controller. So always pick the SonicAir 23 litre, because like I said, we're always trying to make the product better, and I think that's what we've done with this unit. Thanks for listening guys.